Alright, as I promised, I am going to go through and give out some tips and strategies for PVE. I mean, now, granted, I'm at level 10, so the strategies at level 10 are going to be completely different than lower levels because of the gigantic health pools that you're going to see. Um, so usually what I do when I get ready to log in, think I'm always hitting Deadpool, Spirit of Vengeance, or the 3-star Deadpool, whoever I need to get some stuff going. From there, like if I need Deadpool points, go there. If I need such and such points, I'll go there. Um, but just you know, keeping it keeping it into 3-star land, 3 and 4-star land. Two options that you can use are Iron May and Thanos, and the reason why I say those two there, Iron May, she is going to increase the damage, ability damage by 200%, increase maximum health, and then if she's below 60% health, then those matching ability bonuses are increased by another 150%. Thanos, Thanos, everybody knows the story with Thanos. Once you court death, that's it's pretty much a wrap. Go ahead and match this here. I mean, I could have fired off what's name's power, and like I said, court death, boom. Now, granted, yes, this is an ascended 4-star Thanos. As we'll get into the hunt, Florida, since I know this is a 2-day, so that gives me enough time to wipe this hair out and whatnot. Alright, so powered up this event was Iron Man, the Lin Lee, Classic Psylocke, Magneto for anybody that's in what shield clearance was it 7 or 8 and lower. And then these are the boosted characters this week. So if you happen to have 4-star Rocket and Groot, them and Polaris, that should be fun. Now again, higher health pools, again, what we're looking to do is we're looking to one-shot a whole bunch of nodes. This team here, again, this is just strictly for those who are trying to get placement or want to get your PVE nodes done without the quickest fuss, quickest, the quickest way possible. This is pretty much the team you're leaning on. Frankie Ray Nova, and granted, Frankie Ray has to be at pretty high levels. That's one of the reasons why I ended up chasing her to 550 when I had the resources and the time to get her in there. Her main ability, Golden Comet, cost 6, creates 3 charge tiles, and then she goes airborne for 3 turns. And while she's airborne at the start of her turn, she deals 2501 damage to the enemy team for each charge tile on the board. Alright, so keep this here pinned in the back of your mind. Burning Bright, I mean, we don't really use this here. I mean, the passive portion, yes, but the active portion, I mean, we have a much better red that we're gonna use. But if you were to use it, deal 8465 damage plus an additional 2822 for each charge tile on the board, higher levels. Um, Again, you still create the 5 charge tiles. She deals 17% increased damage, takes 10% decreased damage for each charge tile on the board. You know, hey, that's really more for survivability if you need to. You know, if you need to. That's probably what I probably should use more often. But Siphon Power is her black ability. Um, Cost 6. The active portion, um, convert 5 non-friendly tiles into red or black charge tiles, destroying 1 random enemy AP for each tile converted. Now that's pretty solid. And then whenever an ally causes a charge tile to the board, she deals 65 or 6159 damage, and then Nova can't be stunned. And then the support that you need, Yara Root, not right. Gotta have this here at least to level 3. Level 4 is definitely optimal. If you get it up to level 5, you're one step ahead of the game. Alright, we're not worried about increased health. We're not really worried about that. Base match green damage, again, that's cool. This is what we want here. At rank 3, start of the battle, there's an 80% chance to gain 6 green AP. And I gotta pause this here real quick. Alright, like I was mentioning, 80% chance to gain 6 green AP. That's where you need to fire off Frankie's green ability. Alright, so we have the first piece of the puzzle done. Next piece of the puzzle, Iron May, which we talked about. We talked about her and her Iron Wisdom. You need the Arc Reactor, Mark 50. Alright. Start of the battle, 72% chance to gain 6 red AP, and this is at level 5, maxed out. Really, we're not caring about the rank 3 and rank 5. We don't really care about that there. Not really that important. You're really worried about the rank 1, about the gaining of red AP. Now, if you don't want to hook that up with Iron May, the Mark 50, you can hook it up with Ruby Williams Ironheart 3.0. Because again, her support, her affiliation is Stark Tech, so you can use that. But the main thing you want to have, well, the third piece of the puzzle that you want to have is Atlantis Undersea Kingdom. We're not worried about rank 1. That's cool. Rank 5, that's cool. Rank 3, this is at level 5. Start of the battle, 80% chance to gain 6 green AP. So, if both of these here trigger, both Atlantis and Yara Root not right, that's 12 green AP. Riri's Oral Assault will stun targets for 1 turn, add Nova charge points. Alright, so there's your stun right there in case things go sideways. Repulsor charge is the main thing that you want. Alright, we're not worried about the damage. The only thing we're worried about is converting random blue, red, and green basic tiles to charge tiles. Alright, so that says 4. If you do the repulsor charge secondary effect, the overcharge, yes, you deal less damage to the team, but you're gonna create 8 uh, blue, red, and green basic tiles to charge tiles, and then your overcharge points are gonna get increased from 3 to 6. All right, so you fire this off twice, assuming, and this is assuming, you get the 5 AP from, or the 6 AP from this here. You get the 6 AP from the Mark 50 arc reactor. Get that to trigger, plus Atlantis to trigger, plus Nova's ability to trigger. You've pretty much won the fight in one turn. Now remember how I told you about Golden Comet putting a pin on that there? So when Nova goes airborne, she deals 50 to 2501 damage to the enemy team for each charge tile on the board. Riri's gonna create 16 charge tiles on the board. Okay, so as they say in the Flex Seal commercial, that's a lot of damage. Couple onto the fact with Iron Wisdom that deals 200% increased ability damage. Yeah, there's nothing that's gonna survive. No. No. Alright, boom. So there we go. We got everything we're looking for here. Again, for lower level enemies, a repulsor charge is probably enough to, you know, knock everybody out. But we're gonna show you here for the challenge nodes what to do. Alright, so one of them triggered, boom. So again, and you see the health pools these guys got. 300,000, 400,000. So I'm putting significant hits on them now. So there's a charge tile there, but it doesn't matter now. Juggernaut survived, big whoop, nobody cares. Take your last turn, Juggernaut. You're dead. Alright. Now that's one way to take out the challenge node. The other way to take out the challenge node involves Kane the Conqueror, Deathlock, Dark Veil. Now, I'm gonna do 2 fights, showcasing them off. Once with a lower level Kane, and then once with my 5-star Kane. The only thing that we're really worried about with Kane, temporal shift. Start of the turn, Kang team regains any AP lost from destroyed and steal effects. While Kang's enemies are downed or away, he wins the battle. Alternatively, he creates 4-turn blue countdown tile while it exists, targets away. The secondary effect, okay, cool, whatever. But the main thing we're worried about is gaining AP from being sent away. And you're probably like, huh? What are you talking about? Dark Veil, throwing shade. Passive, once per turn. If the ally in front would take over 1547 damage, which that's literally a match in shield clearance 10. Spend 3 team up AP to reduce it to 100%. Send the target away for 3+ turns or 3 turns. Okay, now I'm glad y'all sat on that there. So you start off with your team up AP and your +2 to all. So that's 14. That's 4 team up AP right there. Any match the AI makes is going to send them airborne. At the start of your turn, you're going to get your AP back or refunded from them getting sent airborne. Deathlock is here mainly to help boost blue AP. So by the time they take their third turn, somebody's going to get sent airborne. Again, that's the idea. Now, the other thing you don't want to do, you don't want to make a match that has team up AP. What I mean, you don't want to make the match, this match here. You want to make this blue match here, so that way you keep your team up AP. Then when it gets refunded, you can, you know, start shenanigans. Boop. Combat strategist. Again. Boop. Combat strategist. Send him airborne. Then focus point to reset, doesn't really matter. Throwing shade. Combat strategist kicks in. Make this match here. Boom, boom, boom. Send him airborne. We'll let our good friend Sentry make that green match. Hopefully. Boop. And then boop. There you go. Now, the lower level Kane, you know, hey, so you got other folks to you know, absorb some hits here, but with higher level Kane, again, realm shift, again, pretty much same thing. Now the other parts of its abilities are a little bit different about the you know, dealing permanent damage and whatnot, but the main thing that you want is realm shift. Now, again, we'll do the same exact thing here. Again, I don't want to make any team up matches, because if I do, then that messes up the us getting folks sent airborne. Boop, and then boom. But if you do have to make a team up match, then what you want to do is you want to make sure that the team up match is first, and then whatever happens in the cascade happens to be the last match. So if you happen to have a team up and then something flows down that's a non-team up, that's good. But if it's just a team up match, period, you kind of want to avoid it. Alright. Okay, Cosmic Invasion, Iron Man, Ares, Moonstone. Alright. Here, you can use America Chavez, she'll work. Again, granted, yes, this here is an Ascended 5-star, but again, it still works. Well, what I do, Juggernaut Fear itself, and I use Sam Wilson, Brave New World. So let's look at Juggernaut real quick. Collateral, whenever he makes a match, deals 1960 team damage. Unstoppable, increased base match damage is increased to 225, 90% less damage from enemy matches. We're not really worried about Breaker Stone. That's irrelevant. Alright. So this here is behavioral control. Rank 1 supported characters base match damage is increased by 40. For each turn in a row, they make a match or use a power, max of 3. And then down this character, if they don't make a match or use a power for 3 turns, and then once per turn, matches in one of the supported character's strongest color provide 1 additional AP. So again, so you got the 225 on top of the 40%. So yeah, Juggernaut's doing stupid damage. Alright, rank 3, you know, hey, getting a burst to heal, that's cool. And then rank 5 supported character deals more damage with powers each turn in a row. They make a match or use a power, max of 3 turns. Again, by the time the 3rd turn comes around, most of these folks here should be close to being downed. And then Sam Wilson, since you know we're doing team damage with Juggernaut, aerial combo, whenever one or more enemy takes damage, again team damage, create 2 strength 17 58 strike tiles. We're not really worried about aerial combo that they're going off. We're not worried about come get me. I mean, that's nice. We're not really worried about Brave New World. Sam is here just for aerial combo. Low level AI, we got him, that equipped to him. Started supported character's turn, convert 1 random blue, red, or black basic tile to a 577 strike tile, because again, that's at rank 5. Rank 3, whenever we make a match on a friendly strike tile, it deals 100% increased match damage, and the destroyed tile strength is split evenly among the remaining strike tiles. It's a crude version of Kitty Pryde and Nico Minoru's buffing of tiles, and then we don't really care about rank 5. That's really irrelevant. Alright, and as you see, Juggernaut's already going to be the tank for the team. So there's that. Again, matching strike tiles. We'll match team ups. Boom. Go this way, match team up, match yellow, match purple. So alright, again. Alright, so we'll do it again. Much as I want to match that strike tile, let's get that there going. More strikes. Boom, whatever. Oh no, Juggernaut's gonna get dealt damage. I don't really care. Boom. Fire off powers again. Doesn't really matter. Arc reactor. We'll grab that in a minute. those tiles. Boom, 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 boom. So you see the cascades going on. Alright. Fire off beam cannon. Again, that does team damage. Boom, and then boom, boom, boom. Alright. So this, I mentioned Sam and Juggernaut, but I didn't talk about Iron Man since he's the boosted character this week, or featured character. Dual repulsor blast, deal 10,073 damage, then creates two 2-turn yellow countdown tiles that grant 1 yellow AP when it's matched or expires. When it expires, or it deals 4292 damage when matched or destroyed by an ally. So you can either let it go recharge style, or you can deal the damage. Either or. And then if you match red, yellow, or blue, that's his colors, and I'll mention that there for when I get to his yellow ability. Then you gain 1 AP in each of those colors that has less than 8 AP. Beam cannon, this is his blue ability, it costs 8. This is similar to Hulk Buster's repulsor punch. It deals, but instead of it dealing single target damage, this here deals damage to the entire team, or the entire enemy team. But instead of draining red, it drains blue. And then destroyed tiles obviously don't deal damage or grant AP. Higher levels, just more damage. And then Arc Reactor is his yellow ability, it costs 5. Deals damage to the target. And then 1 random enemy. So this here will trigger Sam Wilson's yellow ability. It creates two 2-turn red countdown tiles that gain 1 red AP when it expires, or deals 6159 damage when matched or destroyed by an ally, again similar to the red. And like I mentioned with the red, if you fire off Iron Man's red or yellow abilities, then you gain 1 blue AP. And then of course his affiliations, Stark Tech, Hellfire Club, Illuminati, Geniuses, Technologists, Team Iron Man, Heroes, Avengers, not yada yada yada. This here's based off of the modular armor from the Iron Man animated series from back when I was watching Saturday morning cartoons. So that's the early 90s or mid 90s. Getting fire off dual repulsor blast, get Arc Reactor going on. Again, just getting its collaterals going. Now in this case here, yeah, we will use Sam's Brave New World. Boom. Alright, now countdown tile trigger, boom, boom, boom. Let's see here, we'll match this red. Match this. Let's see here, I'm trying to make sure we get boom, boom, boom. We'll fire that there off. Fire that there off. Now, that's gonna probably severely cripple Juggernaut if I don't down down this dude. So yeah, and I mean severely cripple him, but it'll be alright. Alright, deal team damage here. Boom, boom, boom. Gravity warp. Nobody really cares. Yawn. Again, deal the quick damage. Fire off arc reactor. Boom, boom, boom. Now, had Moonstone converted those tiles, or several of those strike tiles, it'd have been nasty, but we'd have survived. Well, what's up? Okay. Well, Juggernaut wouldn't have survived, but everybody else would have. Alright, so this here's the new Iron Fist. He's just gonna be a backseat driver to another one of the teams that I use for these nodes here. Mephisto, Okoye. Again, I could use Juggernaut and what's his face? Sam Wilson. Effect still be the same. Main thing we're worried about with Okoye. Fantastic car. First 4 times the allied hero. Well, we're not worried about rank 4. We're not worried about that. Rank 3, whenever the supported character makes a match, increase that match damage by 75%. Swap 2 pairs of random basic tiles and gain 1 team up AP. And rank 5, you know, team makes 4 more matches, they deal increased match damage, and that's cool, whatever. But the main thing we want is rank 3, and then of course Wakanda Forever. Increased damage from friendly powers by 2856 for each team of AP that we have. Again, if we have 10, that's 28,560. 20, double that there. And then team of damage is increased by 90, but the main thing we do have to worry about is drawback. If she's not in front, store 1 friendly team up AP. Indomitable Spirit will give us team up AP and heals. Well, after conversion of some tiles. But Mephisto, that's the main thing we're worried about with him. Sole Proprietor. Whenever, well, we're not really worried about the heals. That will, you know, deal 24 34 damage, or yeah, 24,034 damage to the target for 6 black, but that's not what we're worried about. We're worried about the green ability. Red ability though I don't understand why they didn't make this here into a red ability to begin. You know what, never mind. They could have made that there black and I'd have been like, okay, we're cool with that. So, you know, for six blue, I mean, we'll create some tiles on the board, but passively, this is what we want here. 20% chance for tiles to be converted into Hellfire tiles. At the end of our turn, tile spread to an adjacent basic tile, and then whenever they spread or matched, we deal damage to a random enemy. So yeah, it will get nuts really quickly. So again, they're at 7,000. Again, that's roughly double the Okoye's, but you know, hey. So there's a tile spreading. Grab this red here. That'll swap some tiles around. Swap some more tiles around. Look, we're now at 10. We're now at 10 team up AP. Venom is almost downed. Venom is downed. Now again, granted that's at a with a 550 Okoye. Could I do it with my lower level Okoye? I mean, yeah, I could, but then you're gonna start to lose team up AP because uh, strongest colors or strongest color, which is black. Well, now Mephisto is gonna be out in front with it. But in my case with my Mephisto, the reason why he's out in front is because of this support here of Ebony Maw. Again, um, start of the battle, gained 3 black AP. That's part of the reason why I got it. Not really worried about everything else. Now, if I had it to do over again, could I find some better supports for him? Probably. So we'll go ahead and match that off color. So again, let these tiles spread. Now again, the yellow, that's from the new Iron Fist. Anytime we match yellow, creates purple tiles or protect tiles on the board. This is gonna do his thing. There's his black. Alright, now to give him a burst of healing doesn't really matter, because now start of the next turn here, Moonstone's gonna be hurting pretty bad. Alright, then repeat it one more time. Alright, we got the black going, or we will have it going in a minute. Alright, there's 7 team up AP right there. Mephisto got his thing going on, and yeah, this here's about to be over with within the next turn. Or the end of this turn, actually. Alright. Now, Psylocke Classic. Here, you could actually use old Standby, Rocket and Groot and Polaris. For those who aren't aware about how they work, start of the battle, Rocket and Groot creates 7 strike tiles on the board. Polaris will want to make matches, or you want to make matches with those involving those strike tiles to get more strike tiles on the board to deal more damage. And Psylocke in this case here, since she has brand new ability, well, not she's got reworked, we do need to talk about it. Psychic Knife costs 8, deals 14,022 damage. If 3 strike tiles, less than 3 strike tiles exist, you convert a basic red tile into a strength 15/30 strike tile. This ability costs 1 less AP for each friendly red strike tile on the board, minimum of 4. So again, this worries about red strike tiles. So if you have someone like a Wolverine, the 3-star Wolverine, excuse me, 2-star Wolverine, who creates strike tiles on red, or his son Daken, who anytime you make a green match, he creates red strike tiles, depending on which level he is. It could be 1 or 2. So there you go. There's your red strike tiles right there to make it cheaper. Bewilder. This one here at start of the turn, convert or increase the strength of friendly strike, attack, and protect tiles in that priority order by 2 or 3. Then if the AP pool is AP, then you still 2 AP. Just people higher. It now increases it's a little bit stronger, but still steals AP. And then Psychotana is pretty much the same thing. Cost 8 in black, deals 5861 damage, and it converts a basic black tile to a strength 1658 attack tile. Her affiliation to heroes, mutants, and X-Men. Alright, cool. We got what we're looking for there. And then there's the increased stuff. Make one more match. Boom. Since we didn't really talk about Polaris, we can talk about her real quick. That polar balance. This was the former particle accelerator. This here costs 5 purple instead of it being passive. Ability is always unlocked, and while electromagnetic resonance is active each turn, create a random strike, attack, or projectile of strength 323 on a blue, purple, or green tile if none exist on those colors. And then if you fire off the 6 or 5 purple, it becomes until you swap to electromagnetic resonance, and while that's active, so whenever you want a strike, attack, or projectile, then you create a strike, attack, projectile on that same color, and then this ability only triggers once per match of destruction. You're better off just leaving it on this one. So you don't want to electromagnetic resonance to electromagnetic resonance. This is a passive. Whenever your team matches a strike, attack, or projectile, you deal 6181 damage, and you create 2 friendly strike or special tiles of that tile's type, each with strength 741. And then if you fire off her purple ability, the particle accelerator does what it used to do. At the start of the turn, she deals damage for each special tile on the board, and if none exist, then she creates a friendly strength 55, 54 strike tile. Higher levels, more damage, stronger strike tile. And the iron proficiency, 4 turns stunned for 7 blue, creates 4 friendly strike tiles, and it gives the enemy 4 strike tile. Same strength or whatever. Higher levels, stronger strike tiles for you, about the same for the enemy. So again, how I got her set up, it's where she fires off her electromagnetic resonance, you know, at the start of each time you make a strike, attack, or projectile match. You know, that's pretty much what you want. We're not really worried about black. Boom. Strike tiles doesn't matter. have any good strike tile matches. See the match 5, but it'll be alright. Drop that down. Make match 5s. Now we got good strike tile matches. And we'll actually get a chance to get the support to fire off. Good deal. Alright, now again, though the one-off nodes, again, you could use pretty much anybody you want to. Just to prove that you can use 4 stars on the node. I'm gonna go with Icarus, go with Rogue, and go with Vulture. Now again, yes, they have comparable AP pools to most of these guys here, but it's all good. And the reason why I am targeting Yelena first is because of her blue passive. We'll talk about that real quick. Stealth Explosion, start of the turn, create a blue trap tile whenever it's whenever matched. Surprised it didn't trigger there. Alright, get him airborne. Let Rogue take the damage here. Alright, gloves off. Got purple, good deal. Circling prey. One fell swoop. Gotta get rid of all those special tiles right there. Alright, so return back. Team damage, give the levitation. Do this here again. Now, I'm glad that the AI did show off my good friend, what's his face? Not Null the Symbiote God. Character Christian Bale played from Gore the God Butcher. Because that was one of the teams that we used to use way back before this Shield Clearance 10 was done. So I'll use my lower level Okoye just to prove this point here. Wherever she is at. She is 475. Gore the God Butcher, he is closer to 370, or pretty close to 370. Well, not that much. And then the other third, that was Omega Red. You could use either version of Omega Red. I will use the 3-star version of Omega Red, or in this case the Ascended Omega Red. Again, idea still the same. Gather up, team up tiles. Gore's ability triggers. Omega Red's triggers, and you know, that's that. Alright, and then again, just to show you, hey, this here does work. Just put talent fighter on her. Okay, again, even if you have a level 450 Okoye, level 451 Blase Blot, it will still work with those there. Even if Omega Red is in 3-star land, he will still work. Gore, it will still work. Again, even though I have higher levels, this here will still work. So there's Gore, boom, Dawkins almost downed. Doesn't matter. Mega kicks in, then Gore kicks in, or vice versa. Boom, boom, boom. Like Iron Man said, easy. Alright. Alright, now alternatively, if you want to get these nodes here done in one shot, again, that's your team that you want to go with. Used to use Hulk Buster, Iron Man, and Emma Frost. And talk about these here real quick. So with Iron May, what you wanted Iron Man's that arc reactor to trigger. Alright, so when Iron Man's arc reactor triggers, it would give you 3 AP for your for red AP. Alright. Then Emma Frost with Krakoa, what this would do, we're not worried about that. We're worried about the 3. For each unique affiliation among the mutants on your team, at the start of the battle, gain 1 AP in that color, in that character's strongest color, max of 4. And again, we're not worried about that, and we're not worried about the synergy perk. Again, you can use Krakoa with Omega Red. Again, same difference. Alright, and again, with Hulk, you kind of wanted the arc reactor. And again, arc reactor, push at level 5. I mean, at level 5, again, what would it, start of the battle, gain 6 red AP. Alright, so you gain 6 red AP plus May's ability. So I mean, you would, you both put a +2 boost here, and then what you would do, well, since we got it to activate, what did Golden Odie do? Her red ability, drain up to 30 random AP, deal 14,593 damage to the enemy team, increased by 35% for each 2 AP drain. Then you create a 3-turn Wrath countdown tile for each enemy hit, targeting the corresponding enemy. Then, whenever these tiles expire, she deals 15,392 damage to the target. But them tiles are not gonna last too much longer. So I already got +2 to yellow, plus that to that there. Again, I can make the match 5. Make me have even more AP. Make this match 5 here to have even more AP. Again, I could do that there. Instead, I'm firing on Cosmic Round. Now, if I had more AP, or if I was in shield clearance 9, boom, that would actually one-shot all of them. It really would have. But since it's a shield clearance 10, yeah, you can see that May is not really viable when you have folks with 400,000, 500,000, 600,000, 8 health points. Like, that just not gonna get it done. Alright. Now for one of the lesser nodes. Let's see here. I'm gonna actually try this here with, you know, a lesser equipped character. So let's use Angela since I used her yesterday. I can use he ain't told me nothing about that. I'm gonna be really broke now. I'm gonna have to sell some stuff off. Iron Fist and Purple Man. Let's go match 5 here. Go here. Again, we're not really worried about the fist. The main thing we want. Yeah, there we go. We're starting to get those abilities to go off now. Cool. Alright, now I want better way. Get nothing for nothing. We'll get the lieutenant. Get that, they're gone. Get match 5s. Powerful Fogger Beacon. Alright, put that on the lieutenant. Create this. Create the fist again. Alright, create the fist again. Now, it doesn't really matter which one I match. Alright, he's downed. Now, again, I can do this here on Goon nodes, no problem. Do that. On masses, and then, yeah, this is about to go real dumb here. All that purple. Better way. Violence when necessary. Again, and that's just on Goon nodes. Now again, I don't recommend that they're on nodes with characters that high. I mean, unless you really want to. We'll use Spider Team here. Why not? Where's Peter Parker at? Or actually, no, not Peter Parker. Well, the other Spider-Man. Spider-Man from India. There we go. Create web tiles, get healing, blah, blah, blah. Deal damage. Again, since these guys here aren't really goons, we don't have too much about them. What, too crazy? I mean, we do have to worry about Moonstone and her. But again, if things get too crazy, well, Spider-Man India will say, you know, no to most of that. Told you. Alright, everybody sit round about. Boom, there goes half of their team damage done right there. Okay, we gotta brace a roundabout if need be. Alright, now we're gonna make sure that nobody survives, so brace a roundabout again. Uprising. Cherry bomb. And then this is on Dakin. Keep him stunned for 2 turns. Alright, and see, and that's just with a spider team there. And again, yes, I have 2 370s, but again, the main thing was having Spider-Man India there. Alright. Now, for this node here, well, you're gonna have to go. We gotta go a little bit deeper into my bag of tricks here. How can I use? Well, before I use the American Child, let's go a little bit deeper into my bag of tricks. So let's go Agent Coulson, let's go Hawkeye, and let's go with Drax the Destroyer, or Drax the Destroyer, and then Iron Fist. Now, yes, Phil Coulson's a little bit higher in level than what he used to be. Yes, I know he's an Ascended 5-star. But in these levels here, I mean, you got to have somebody who's got some levels on them. If you don't, well, it's gonna be pretty brutal to say the least. purple again. And Bill, you should survive. Alright. Fire off this here. Let's fire off the destroyer. Alright, then fire off secret weapon. Super secret tech will fire off. All those cascades, best laid plans, blah blah blah. Secret weapon fires off. Alright, cool. Now I think we got enough just to get this fight done. Alright, Ares is down. Alright, fire off chi focus, get that. Get some tiles, get some tiles here. Fire off chi control, get some tiles. Fire that there off. We're gonna wait, because I got all these tiles on the board. Alright, Dawkins should be close to being downed, if he ain't downed. Just gaining AP, just gaining AP. Alright, cool. Now let's slice and dice. Slice and dice again. Let's destroy. Secret weapon. Again. Can't really destroy. And then Venom's down. Alright, now if you want a slightly better version of this team here, well, let's use Drax. And where is my boy Multiple Man at? Oh, Jamie Madrox. Hello, Black. There he is. There he is. I just seen him. Alright, Multiple Man. What do we want? My own best friend. Fire off his yellow. Put him on all his colors there, and then we should win. +2 to that there. Firing off on red to its color. Say now black. Whoops. Blue. So once these countdown tiles resolve, we'll do it again. Alright, so now we got balloon. Fire off in yellow or purple. Green. Black. Red again. Yellow. Cool. Then all these countdown tiles resolve. Boom. Alright, and then we do it again. And then boom. That's multiple man's power right there. That we won with the alternate condition of multiple man. And it takes a few turns, but you know, you can get it done. Let's see here. Now the team I like to use, well, whenever I'm not trying to speed through nodes, quick, fast, in a hurry. We'll use Yellow Jacket in a minute. Him and Big Will. I'm looking for Colossus and I'm looking for America Chavez. Okay, there's that. Alright, now the idea behind this team here is this. I'm trying to get as much AP as I can, more so than the enemy team. So we're not really worried about match damage because Colossus is gonna reduce match damage. I'm not worried about that. That's what I'm worried about. That critical tile. Alright, so now what is the significance about the critical tile? Well, I'm glad Killmonger made the match in the critical tile. His ability, repatriation. Whenever the enemy makes a match 5 or greater, Killmonger locks the critical tile, blah blah blah. The second part, when the enemy matches a critical tile, Killmonger takes 5 red PS payment. If they can't afford that, then you deal 30,626 in damage to the target instead. I'm gonna make it so y'all have no choice but to make matches in critical tiles. So you ain't got the red, you down. Cool, critical tile. Cool, tiles with Killmonger's red. There's a tile right there. Yeah, who you want? Here. Ooh, that's a critical time. I know you want to match that third die, Ken. I know you really want to match that. Two critical tiles. I know you want to match that. Oh no, you stunned Colossus. You just took away my damage resist. I don't care. He'll be back next turn. Oops, you ain't. It's a ooh. Symbiote snare. Oh no. Nope. Pay what you owe, Colossus. Venom, pay what you owe. And again, that's just one team that I use to knock out critical tiles, alright? I'm in your base, again, one of the weak nodes. Pretty much anybody throw in Thanos, either the three-star version, 5-star version, doesn't really matter. And characters you don't really care about. In this case here, actually, let's throw you up in there. Oh. Him. Where is Drum? Okay, red. And then boom. Again, characters don't really care about. Again, I'll make it faster once I get through clearing the nodes out. Alright, big boy node. Let's see if it should work. I mean, it should work. Where's Kamal? Probably should have went with black. That one. Hulk Sanger. What? Cool. Let that there hit me. There we go. Hit me. Hit me. Let's see what pistol does. Okay, now that's fine. Can pop some heals. Let's make sure it get enough green. Put that on yellow. I mean, godlike power doesn't really matter if it hits. It hits all of them, cause what, 60, yeah. Morale boost, yawn. Tick Hulk off, doesn't matter. Godlike power, ticks Hulk off, doesn't matter. Hits multiple times. That don't matter. And then we'll move back to full health. At least first healing while it's in a minute. Blue. Strip, team ups. Heal. Or gather green. Get that gated green. Alright, now we got everything we need. Here's just now making all the match 5s and before we reset the board. Again, this doesn't change the fact that we've already won. It really doesn't. Yeah, 'cause we got everything we need for the infinite win. It's just a matter of making sure we hit the correct color of the tiles that has the most screen by it. Now again, if I really wanted to go with a faster infinite, I could go with Shang-Chi. I mean, he effectively does what they do a little bit faster. We will break him out for one of the nodes. Alright, don't have to deal with Bullseye and his annoyance of those projectiles anymore. Alright, since we got no more use for purple, at least for the time being. Alright, Hulk should do enough damage. Yeah, there we go. Alright, again, I'm just doing it there for the quote unquote one-shot nodes, because again, faster folks for all that jazz there. Now where in the world is my Ragnarok at? So this version of Ragnarok, this version of Riri Williams, and that version of Iron Man. Get that boost there going. Alright, now the idea with this infinite win team here, I got up enough red and blue. I can loop the board and go nuts. Alright, let's thunderclap it, see what we get. Alright, cool. So now I gotta let Stark survive for 2 turns. Alright, cool, we survived for 2 turns. I won. Alright, so let's see here. So we fire all Ruby's magnetic repulsors. That gives us a grip ton of red. Alright. Fire off Ragnarok's red ability. Keep going. Alright, we got enough blue now. Fire off Riri's red. I mean Riri's blue. Got enough of that. Switch over to Ragnarok's red. And then you go vice versa. Iron Man's there just to help facilitate things. Alright, so there's that. In your base. Looking at the door. Showdown. Alright, now I promised a Shang-Chi infinite win. So let's get him going. So Shang-Chi, where is the boy? Hawkeye, and then I don't care who's third. So we'll put in put in Bagman just for the lulz. Alright, the main thing you want here is the boost in purple. Hawkeye has to be at least ascended to 3-star in order to put supports on them. This is support you want. Subatomic realm. Start of the battle, 58% chance to gain 4 purple AP. We're not even worried about rank 3 and rank 5. Like, doesn't even matter. But that's what you want. Make sure you set up 353. Take aim. Turn selected basic protect tile into a critical tile. Smart shot. Whenever Hawkeye fires off a red or purple ability, gain 2 red, 3 purple. You put it on a purple match, assuming we would have gotten it, and shenanigans will happen. See, here we go. Now, take aim. There's purple. We got refunded back a purple. Alright. Take aim. Do it on red. Alright, cool. That's Shang-Chi. More or less online. Take aim. Look at there. Probably like, okay, well that's a fluke. That, you know, that's for the 550 Shang-Chi. No, you can do it with any Shang-Chi. As long as you have River of Blows and Vital Balance. As long as you have Vital Balance, River of Blows, that's all you need. Again, yeah, this here is cool to have, but you can hawk this purple. The other thing you do need is Chimichangas. You need that. Supporter character makes a red match, 40% chance to gain 2 extra AP. Rank 4, whenever you make a purple match, 45% chance to gain 2 purple AP. So that is something that you do need on top of the +2 to purple. But once you get it started, or once you get it to trigger, that's pretty much the fight. So there we go, got the purple. Again, I couldn't care less what the AI does now. Take aim, boom. Doesn't matter. Take aim, boom. Take aim. Hey, we got purple. Why? Now, if we can't use Hawkeyes, then we can use Shang-Chi's. Again, doesn't really matter. Yes, and now when I don't want it to trigger, it finally does trigger. Cool. Take aim. This here is about to be done faster than some minute rice. let's go with another infinite win team. Now again, doesn't matter what juggernaut that you use. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you it doesn't really matter what juggernaut you use. Well, I don't have a lower juggernaut than that there, but we'll use my 166. We'll use him. Bill, again, doesn't really matter what level Bill you have, and it Polaris doesn't really matter what level Polaris you have. The two things that I mean, well, it doesn't really matter what level Polaris you have. It really doesn't. The only thing that matters is supports. Um, with supports, with Bill, you want Carol Super Beeper. What it does, start of the battle, chance to gain, create 2 projectiles. I mean, that's cool. Rank 3 was whenever this friendly character, whenever friendly special tile is matched, there's a chance to heal the character. That's the main thing that you want. Alright. Defender 2 peoples, you know, hey. 1 blue, 1 green AP whenever friendly special tiles are matched or destroyed. Again, that's all you want. That and Skullable at 5. Polaris, main thing you want with her. Pizza Dog, again, this here. When friendly special tile is matched, heal the supported character for 6% of the max health. We don't care about the empowering friendly tile. I mean, it's cool, but all we care about is heals. That's all we care about. And with Juggernaut, the main thing that we want is green ability, Unstoppable Crash. Alright. Alright. Hold up. Yeah, we're just trying to flood the board up with those protects. Got heals. Alright, I think we got enough. Yep, we had enough. And then fire up one more Unstoppable Crash. Again, you can do it with a lesser equipped Polaris. I mean, even if she's a baby champion, or you have Beta Ray build with like 3 covers, and at least one of them happens to be well, not 3 covers, but I mean, he's got some health on him or whatever. Just don't over level your characters past whatever level your highest character is. Or actually, rephrase that there. If you have 5-star characters, don't put no ISO 8 up into them. Trust me on this, sir. So you do that there, you start to meet up with guys such as myself, and upon the day, I may or may not play nice. Alright, again, we're not worried about the improvement the strike tiles. I mean, that's cool, but let me make sure enough green. Thank you. Alright, yep, we won. And again, this here is with a lesser equipped Juggernaut. Again, the Juggernaut damage does not matter as long as you have is green. That's the only thing that matters. Biochemical reaction, again, not gonna change the outcome of the fight. White's already done. And Scuttlebutt just for giggles. Now, assuming you want to make that go a whole heck of a lot faster, you could throw in what's her face, Kamala Khan. I'll show you the Kamala Khan version of this here. But with Kamala Khan, you kind of do want to have Beta Rebuild championed, and you want to have levels in Kamala. So that's just me being honest with you. If I can ever find Kamala. There you go. And again, Kamoyo beans, I mean, does it really matter? Not really. I mean, base match damage is increased whenever you make a blue match. Chance to gain 2 blue. I mean, does it really matter? Not really. The main thing with Kamala that you want, what is it? Embiggen Blast. Whenever an ally matches or destroys a friendly special tile, deal damage to a random enemy. So each time we match a protect tile, we're dealing damage to them. Now, if you wanted to get stupidly ridiculous, then we fire Cosmic Course, put it on a random tile, then let Kamala come back from being airborne 1 turn. Okay. Now, whenever Cosmic Course comes down, then she's gonna create a study tile. And you're gonna see what the study tile does in a minute. Thank you for the AP. Alright, now our powers are empowered. Now, anytime what was it? What's it not? Well, that's the stuns. Okay, there's the AP game there. There we go. This is what I was looking for, the Embiggen Blast. Every time she fires it off, and not only are we gonna heal I mean, again, we'll still do damage, put those special tiles out on the board, blah, blah. Fire it off again. Make sure we get that nearby. Now again, doesn't really matter.
Cause they're almost done so anyways.
Or actually, you know, do this match 5 here. Alright, big and blast. Shoot down their entire team. The rest of their team anyways. Now the only thing though about Kamala though, she won't, she may or may not refund your AP, may or may not, but you know, that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna go all the way out. See here. I kind of promised I was gonna use Big Will, Yellow Jacket, and what was the third that I used with them? I could use Icarus. I could use, well, yeah, that's why I used Icarus as their third. And I'll explain this team here as I can find Icarus. I should let me knock out these easy nodes real quick, and then I'll talk about them once I get towards the end. Black Panther and again, this here isn't as quick as what's her name? The May and all them nodes there. The Iron May and I mean it's not as fast as that there. It's like literally push a button, you win.
This one here actually does require you to make a match.
Or 2.
Sometimes 3. Well, when you do,
your court death and boom, boom, boom. Divide and conquer again. Court death. So the idea behind this here, court death kicks in. What does court death do for the 5-star Thanos? It stuns everybody for 2 turns. Well, seeing as though Moon Knight's special ability, Moon Shadow, Moon Knight can't be stunned. And then whenever an enemy tries to stun Moon Knight, you deal 36,297, and you steal 3 AP from a random AP pool. Well, Moon Knight kicks in first. Well, Court Death kicks in, then Moon Knight kicks in, and then it's like Yeah, you're pretty much dealing retaliatory damage. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. Probably could have matched yellow, 'cause I think that was second strongest color. So boom, boom, boom. Again, is this here what I would really do when I'm playing this node here? No. Again, Iron Maid, um, Ironheart, Riri Williams, and Nova. That's pretty much what I'm using them. I'm using Dark Veil, Kang, the Conqueror, and Deathlock, and I'm using Okoye, Mephisto, and 5-star. That's pretty much all I'm using for those nodes there. Now, as I promised, to find my boy uh, the Yellow Jacket. Where is you? And then there we go. Main thing we do have to explain is Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket, that shrinking feeling while he's invisible, which that's his 6 AP move. He goes invisible for 2 turns. He deals 65, 80 more damage. His base match damage is increased by 2191, and whenever he makes a match in one of his colors, he adds an extra turn of ability. The other moves: Cross Your Heart, cost 6, restores health, adds 27,601 damage the next time he fires fire, and then fire while energized, it restores more health and removes energized. So the main thing you want to do: fire off Cross Your Heart, get that shrinking feeling, fire off that shrinking feeling, get your heal, get your extra damage in, then do more damage. And the main thing I have equipped with him is Thanos Copter. What it does, rank 1, start of the turn, whenever either team matches or destroys the repeater tile, they gain ownership of it. Supported characters, team owns the tile. If the team gains 36% increased ability damage and converts 2 tiles of the supported character's weakest colors into their strongest colors each turn. Rank 3, if the Cosmic Cube is matched or destroyed, send the one master airport for a turn. Then when they land, deal 15% damage of max health if they were the enemy, or burst max health if they were on the supported character's team. And then rank 5, this is the main thing that I want here. When the supported character makes a match, rotate the block of tiles surrounding the match. Additional matches caused by this deal 61.2% bonus damage. Now you're wondering, okay, now how in the world does this lead in to Big Wheel. Wheelhouse ability. Uh, Whenever Big Wheel team makes a match beyond the first turn, again, multiple matches, match 2, I mean, you get Cascade. Big Wheel gains 2 speed points. If Big Wheel has 10 or more speed points at the start of your turn, he deals 22, 82 damage per speed tile, then reducing speed points by 2. Again, higher levels, more damage, speed tiles by 3. Spin me right round, I mean, that's, you know, that's decent-ish if we need to have stuff to be, um, what's the word? We need to rotate them around. Same thing with Tread on Me, you know, rotate things around, gain more speed counters, blah, blah, blah. Again, Yellow Jacket's gonna be the main one. And then Icarus is just here, you know, support for Airborne. And then Daikin's about to, dude, he about to feel the burn. Alright, now next up, that Shrinking Villain. Fire Sting like a bee, get rid of the strike tiles. Speed counters. Alright, he's already invisible 3 turns. Rotate blocks around. And say bye-bye to Venom. Again, I'll use these guys here for the rest of this node here.
Whatever I do,
I don't need to match that. We'll take this. Keep him invisible. Then there's a rotation. Another rotation. Man, I would just like to get Icarus Airborne just once. Just for the shenanigans. Rotate those tiles around. Okay, let's make sure. Oh, jeez. Well, that's about. Say, no way, we lost the tile.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Okay, let's get him airborne.
activity's about to ensue. Make your final move, Yelena. All right. He gets airborne. He gets invisible. He gets airborne. I make matches, rotate around. Icarus does stuff. Now the only downside though is you kind of gotta make sure you make purple matches with Icarus, but that's what the rotation of the tiles are for. All right, that is it as far as I know. Take a look at the offers. Ascended 5-star Yelena if you're willing to spend 20 bucks. Okay, so that's our next Crash of the Titans. With Iron Fist, so there's no need for me to go through the fight if necessary. I'll just say, hey, like if you want to see the details of this fight here, check out my previous Crash of the Titans. But I'll, go from there. If you have the hero points to spend, oh wow, and they're giving you 800 shards of him. That actually might champion mine out, but I'll look at that there on my own time. So until then, be excellent to your fellow human beings. Hopefully you gain some information about some PvP team. Well, actually, before I go, I do have to show off a couple more PvP teams, PVE teams. If need be, again, I'll just throw this here, and I'll just get to filter in and go from memory. Where is Carol at? There she is. And then Wasp. Or we'll use the Blade version, then we'll use Wasp. Alright. Medusa, as you know, she creates a countdown tile with a red ability. If you happen to miss that red countdown tile, or the countdown tile, she will create 2 attack tiles on the board. Carol creates a countdown tile on black for her black ability, which costs 8. Her yellow ability, executive decision, costs 5. She reduces the timer of countdown tiles by 1. Once that happens, if there's any strike, attack, or protect tiles that are on the board, those there get increased by whatever the amount. And then her green ability, whenever the enemy matches in the strongest color, 1 or 2 things will happen. Well, 1 or 2 things can happen. The first case, which will always happen, she'll gain AP in the team's strongest color, whatever that may be. But if y'all happen to share the same strongest color, then she's gonna deal damage to the entire team. Alright, and then the 4-star blade, though you could probably do it with the 3-star blade, doesn't really. In Blade's case, he creates strike tiles depending upon how many red tiles are on the board. Once you get enough red tiles matched away, he goes into his bloodlust and then will deal damage indiscriminately to whomever whenever his red AP falls to a certain level. His green will do team damage. His black will destroy some tiles on the board, red AP if need be, but you're going to be using Carol's black. Medusa also heals the team with her yellow passive, or if there's enemy special tiles, then she'll gain AP. And then a purple tile swap. Alright, so there's one team now. I did say Wasp. Alright, Wasp, on the other hand, she functionally does the same thing. Well, she helps out Carol with the whole countdown tile shtick. Once Wasp gets 7 blue AP, she creates a countdown tile that when if it's matched by the enemy team, it'll damage to them. If it expires for your team, then she'll steal the AP and whatever color it's in, and then jump to another tile. So if you already have Medusa's attack tiles already on the board, or Carol's strike tiles on the board, or in the case of the Wasp, you have a strike tile and a protect tile on the board, then those tiles are going to get stronger and stronger, and yeah, it gets sideways pretty quickly. Alright, leaving Medusa here in the middle, we have Carnage and Mr. Fantastic, if I find Carnage. Alright, Carnage is going to make strike or make attack tiles for both the friendly and enemy team. I mentioned with Medusa, you'll heal behind those if you match the enemy enemy attack tiles. You're going to gain AP. Additionally, with Mr. Fantastic, with his yellow ability, what's up? I'm good. With his yellow ability, Master Fantastic, you're going to give your team a burst of health, and if you match 4 enemy special tiles in this battle, then you fire off a random power at any cost. Higher levels, more health, but don't really matter. You can use his flexibility to stun the target for 3 turns and deal damage if you have special tiles on the board. And then Imagine Not will do some random stuff on the board with a 2-turn repeater tile. If you want a more offensive version of it, instead of using Mr. Fantastic, you can use Iceman. Iceman functionally does the similar thing with Mr. Fantastic. You have blue as a stun, green as your nuke, and purple to convert red tiles to blue and steel. But if you don't want to do that there, you can always use Medusa's red, her purple to swap tiles on the board. Again, same difference. So those are two teams there. Again, you could throw in Polaris in this spot here if you want to have a grip ton of attack tiles and then just massive healing. So that would work. You could use Morbius on this team. Anytime you match away any of the enemy attack tiles from Carnage, you'll do damage to them. Then you're gonna gain AP and do some stuff behind that there. If you want just a pure healing team, then instead of Carnage, put Storm, the 1-star or 3-star storm. Since they create attack tiles, there's an option there. You see here. Deathlock. I'm trying to put him in the center, but with Deathlock, I mean, so you put Deathlock in with just about anybody, and he should make them decent-ish. If you want a pure glass cannon team, then you want Ghost, you want America Chavez, and then you want what is Karnak? That's Moon. Just passed them by. There he is. Now this is why I say it's a pure glass cannon team. Start of the battle, Ghost is gonna deal increased match damage with her power cycle. She's gonna have 300% more base match damage. Idea is survive that there until Karnak gets his Find the Flaw done. Once his Find the Flaw is done, 556 match damage. Create critical tiles at the start of each turn with America Chavez, so it's gonna snowball pretty quickly. Now, the only downside behind this team here, if you facing off against somebody that resists match damage, you're gonna be not looking so great. Let's see here. My Puzzle Gauntlet team of Black Panther, Shuri, and what's her face? Magic. That's relatively decent. Iron Fist and Luke Cage. I mean, they're decent-ish as well. Ooh, my anti-charge tile team. So Negasonic Teenage Warhead, or not really anti, it's just more like, oh hey you like charge tiles? Cool, I like charge tiles too. Throg, and then Lady Thor. Alright, Negasonic, she wants charge tiles on the board either from her green ability or yellow ability. Goddess of Thunder's gonna create it with her red ability and her blue ability. Frog, anytime we match blue, he's gonna create a blue repeater tile that puts charge tiles on the board. Start matching those tiles there, and hilarity ensues. You want the supercharged version of it, put Goddess of Thunder Thor up on there, start matching charge tiles, go nuts. Want even more madness, put Nova out up on there, put these two here up in there, and a matter of fact, we're gonna let this here roll. I'm sitting here talking about it, yo, let's be about it. Again, I'm not gonna complete it all the way. I'm just gonna bananas with it. Siphon power. Again, we're gonna put out. We'll put this here out. We'll deal with it out. Whatever. Dr. Thor, destroy some of those tiles there. Feel the thunder. Again, I'll send Frankie airborne in a few minutes. So, I'm not even worried about that. thermonuclear, whatever. Boom. There's deal with it. There's resistor. There's all these charge tiles. Boom, boom, boom. Deal with it. Destroy all these charge tiles. Destroy all these charge tiles. Siphon power. Destroy all these charge tiles. You get the idea. Thermonuclear, whatever. Again, max of 6. There's your damage right there. Siphon power. Boom. Firing off again, boom. There's a match 5. You get the idea. That's it. You get the idea. That, and again, yes, they are 550s, but you see the shenanigans that both Frankie Ray and Mighty Thor can do. Again, if you want to replace Mighty Thor, don't happen to have Mighty Thor. Again, Williams will work too. Again, she creates charge tiles. I'm just looking here. I showed you the Spider team with Spider-Gwen, Miguel O'Hara, what's his face? Spider-Man India. Namor, our good friend M'Baku, and Iron May. That's actually a really decent team too. And you're probably like, wait, what? Like, yeah. Wakanda's power, match damage is increased. Again, rank 5, 300%. It's increased by 3% for each matching health that he has. Wakandan's match damage is increased by 15% for each Wakandan on the team, so he includes himself. Wakanda's piece gains a burst of health whenever an ally matches one of his colors. It's increased for each 2% he's missing. Whenever a Wakandan ally matches one of his colors, you give the ally a burst. Give the burst to any Wakandans on the team. And then Wakanda's pride. He takes less damage from matches and abilities. It's increased by 1%. For each he's missing. At 25% health, it can't be stunned. Then they take less damage from matches and abilities for each Wakandan on the team. Yeah.
So it'll snowball out of control real quick.
And then we mentioned with Iron May, she increases all the, ability damage and match damage, and all that. Namor, on the other hand, Blessings of the Deep, he creates critical tiles, or on a chosen team up or basic tile. If it's created on the bottom row, then you burst heal. Whenever your team makes a match on the bottom 5 rows, he deals 100%, 125% match damage to a random enemy. Again, higher levels once he gets to level 5. Trident and Neptune, destroy target road, an enemy team increased by 100% for each blue tile or Feeding Frenzy tile destroyed. Start of the turn, convert a random basic or team up tile on the bottom 5 rows to blue, so you can see his synergy with anybody that green and blue. And then Horn of Proteus converts 3 basic tiles to 4 turn Feeding Frenzy countdown tiles, which destroy all tiles around them when they expire. Passively on battle start, create 1 4-turn Feeding Frenzy countdown tile. Whenever the enemy team makes a match on the bottom 4 rows, reduce the timer on all Feeding Frenzy tiles by 1. Higher levels, more tiles, more destruction. You get the idea. But yeah, Namor and M'Baku, these two here, you kind of want to get them high level as possible. Uh, Favorite Namor if you can, because that's what I'm shooting for in 2025. I'm shooting to get him Namor up to ascended 5-star stacks. Baku, well, he is what he is. Like I'll get him to a 5-star land soon. Whatever soon may be, it could be 2 years from now. You see here, who else? Is there anybody else I can think of that's pretty much relevant? Nah, I mean that's pretty much it. Uh, that I can think of. But yeah, like these three here, Iron Man, Baku, and Namor. These three here are probably characters that you probably need to go ahead and focus in on heavily. Get your resources to get these two here especially up to 4-star land or ascended 4-star land. Like get her to ascended 4-star land, but don't worry about getting her to ascended 5-star land. Cause her is kind of stink when she's ascended to 5-star land. His, on the other hand, get ridiculous. And Baku, his gets ridiculous. So yeah, so that's it for me. Be into your fellow human beings, and hopefully you gain some information.